I always knew from the maybe 18 years old that I'll have my own business. And I remember at some point I was even saying, like, when I'll be 30, I'll have my business. Like, I put myself a deadline.
Authenticity is something that helps you to stand out within the competition. In fact, it creates an opportunity for you not to be afraid of the competition because people are associating you with a certain energy, with a certain niche, with a certain position.
Wait, I hear you just got paid, make it rain, energy. Imagine in a place where you don't have any competition. Like, how boring is that? You are here in Dubai to learn from those people, to learn from this market, to actually adapt, because adaptability is the key to success in any business.
Welcome to Poster Studio Kuralay. So I'm really happy to have you for our protagonist to hear our interview at our studio, which I've started doing as a series, trying to help businesses like yourself to promote themselves and to establish themselves. So Kuralay, I know you for some time. You've got a rich marketing background in the region. You've got now your own digital marketing agency. What aspect of your business, of your marketing and digital marketing business, are you focusing specifically now?
First of all, thank you, Larissa, for having me here in a beautiful setup at the Podster podcast studios, and happy to be your guest and the protagonist today. We've known each other for some time in the marketing world in Dubai. Well, in terms of focus that goes current days into my business is the agency energy marketing that I'm trying to develop now in the Middle East, but also we have customers already from Italy and Thailand, so it's sort of global enterprise. And also the personal brand through which it's actually, it actually subconsciously linked to the business, to the energy marketing agency itself. So my personal brand, I've started it over 2 years ago, branding myself as a digital marketing coach and going out, having students online globally, teaching them in marketing how to succeed in the marketing careers, or people who are very interested in digital marketing. They don't know how to start, where to get the skills, how to perfect them, how to get practical with it. And of course, the startups, the business owners who are quite confused about marketing or the strategies they need to bring on board to their business. So I help them already for a couple of years, and now I am moving into the it's all part of the personal brand development. I'm moving into the speaker opportunities, not only in the Middle East, but also in Thailand, where I'm currently residing with my family. I'm based there in Phuket. And with the personal brand, I like to bring the edge of personalization to the corporate brands. So I do lots of consulting as well through my personal brand. And I link any kind of implementation in marketing, I link that through my agency, where we have a fulfillment team. So there are account managers, there are social media managers, there's a huge production team that helps out our customers to develop their brands.
Is there any story behind the name energy marketing?
Yes, I'm glad you asked. Well, I've heard a lot of people telling me that I have a lot of energy, and most of the times it's a very positive energy, very energetic. How do you get this energy? So I decided to call it energy. Also, in my early years, I was in high school. I was very good in physics. That was pretty much one of the few subjects I was really good at. So I remember from that everything has an energy. Even this microphone being static, it has the static energy. If you start moving it, it moves into the kinetic. So the energy is always there, even if the object is not moving. And it just transforms from one shape to another, and you call it different. But energy is everywhere. So as marketing is I believe, is a true potential, is the true energy for every business. It transforms the businesses, and it's the key ingredient. The way you do marketing is the key ingredient for your business success. Marketing and sales.
No, it's absolutely, and I love the story behind the name, the energy marketing. I think it's very authentic, and I absolutely can say it suits the way you work.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, the way you work with the clients, the way you talk to me, and the way I know you actually.
Thank you.
I want to ask you one thing. So you mentioned once that your mother was a psychologist, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So she is a psychologist now.
Yep.
Do you think it impacted overall your personality and the way your personality integrates into your personal brand and the marketing and the way you sort of work with the clients?
Absolutely, like 100%. Everything I am is, I owe a lot to my parents and to my mom, who is a psychotherapist, and she still practices it on the individual basis. I think I learned a lot from her, and she's still sort of my mentor, and that's in that area of the on that emotional intelligence psychology part. So I think I bring a lot of that, and that helps to be confident in business and in life in general, to tackle the any challenges and personal or business challenges you meet. So it's all about the mindset. Of course, I also listen to many other mindset mentors podcast, and I read books also. So it's very important, this personal development. But I think in terms of the background that my mom brought is definitely. It's like you can do it, and if that thing that you want to do, you set to do it, there is just like nothing that can stop you. A lot of times businesses, like I know the statistics that 85% of the businesses, especially the startups, they fail within the first 3 to 6 years. And this is true. And this is, I think, the natural selection, because only the strongest mindset would survive. To adapt or to survive, to push through the challenges and actually make it. So I'm right now in a very infancy of my business, where we have basically just started, and we have few clients, and I know that this is just the beginning, and there's a lot to come, and I'm ready to tackle it and to evolve together with it.
Does your understanding of personalities, types of personalities, and overall probably like your exposure to probably psychology from your childhood, does it help you to help your clients? Meaning, does it help you to, let's say, define the right branding strategy,
Yes,
the right campaign, the right visual strategy, probably?
Absolutely. Like marketing has a lot to do with human psychology, of understanding how people think, of understanding what kind of reaction you perceive, what kind of reaction would this type of audience, this potential customers have towards this creative or this message you're sending as a brand. Also, branding itself is all about psychological game. How do you position your name, your image, your colors, your shape of your brand, the message into the customers' minds? So that helped me a lot. But also, I think from the perspective of a business person, to pitch marketing services, which is I just want to highlight this, it's a huge challenge in the Middle East, in UAE. It's a huge competitive market where you have literally thousands of new agencies, from freelance startups to the bigger agencies, chipping in into this market and looking for their market share. So it's a huge competition. Unlike anywhere else in the world, Dubai is a place where you have probably, I think I did the research last time, there are about 17,000 agencies, and out of them, like 700 are Meta and Google partners, if not more, which is crazy to think about it. So it's a lot. So in this market, you really need to stand out in terms of how do you pitch your services, how do you work, how do you talk to the business people, because in the end of the day, it's not energy marketing working, for example, Podster, a company. It's Kuralay working with Larissa. It's people to people, it's human to human. So it's very important to know how to read people, how to talk to them. And sometimes maybe it's not really your people to work with. So we also try to be selective with the customers we work with, because you can't really help everyone. So we choose choose the projects that we feel we could collaborate well, where we can bring in our vision in the right place and right moment, where the strategies will be implemented. We work together well with their team, with the business owner. They listen to us. That is when actually the most part of the successful marketing projects are done, where you already know that you can work together and everything's working out smooth. So a huge part of it is human psychology and people relations. So it helped me out a lot.
No, I totally agree with you. Could you advise what type of the personality are you?
Yeah, so I recently asked that my mom. And, she's also a huge TikToker, by the way. My mom is subscribed to her as well, Jana Juzbaeva. We can put the link there. She puts out a lot of, small, tiny bits of information. One of the recent videos she did with me as well, we had a quick idea of doing this kind of interview video. I asked her, like, what kind of type of the personality I am? Because there are, I think, 4. And she told me, I don't know how we call it in English because I speak Russian. She's like, hysteroid.
Hysteroid, yes.
Yeah, so it doesn't mean like you are hysterics, because that's an extreme of it. But everybody has some certain times of their year, of their life, or most of the time of their life, as a personality, they lean towards a specific type of personality. And there are 4 main ones. So I am apparently that. And I'm like, why? She's like, well, you like the stage, you like to be part of the community, attention and everything. You're bright and colorful and always like, glittery and stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's very interesting. So apparently that's me.
That's great. So maybe that's why you eventually moved to your own business where you can basically shine. But I want to go back a little bit to your, let's put it, corporate background marketing. You've spent how many years in the background marketing, like in the corporate marketing, let's say, working for a company, for an employer?
Yeah, well, pretty much from my student years. So it's 10 years in the industry, in marketing itself. There were a couple of years where I was doing not only marketing, more like sales as well. In those 10 years. But I've started in Malaysia, in Lim Kok Win University, where I was studying business administration. And I learned a lot from there because it was a very creative university where they did fashion shows and everything. I started there almost immediately from the first year of the university. I started being a brand ambassador and the student president for the Kazakhstan Society. So organizing lots of events, parties, participating in fashion shows, sometimes even being a model. So I've seen all parts of that. Then they had also a nice marketing department where we also did lots of internships, hours of helping out marketeers. And it was like global marketing. You would call to different countries to market the university potentially. Then on the last year of university, I started doing internship with the startup SaaS company for marketing app. So it was a coalition marketing. The app was a new product, so we were involved as marketing executive and internships. We were involved in everything from the development of the product, like this page has to look this way. We need to add this feature and so on, to the sales part. So we would go literally knocking the doors of SMEs in Kuala Lumpur, around Kuala Lumpur area, and bring them on board of the platform, explain the platform. Then I was also assigned to do the coalition partnership. So I would sign up partners such as, I give you the analogs of the UAE, like Do, like Roxy Cinema, to give the vouchers to be partners of the program. So it was very interesting, fun. And then I moved to Dubai, and I was an assistant to the sales and marketing director at the ceiling manufacturing company, so a completely different kind of area. But I helped there to build the digital presence. We also did export sales, so there was a lot of focus on that. And then I spent most of my corporate life in marketing with the Liana Technologies. It's a Finnish marketing technology company, SaaS technology. I started with them as a BDM, business development. Then I moved to the partnerships, and then I was in their Liana Services. So it's like a digital marketing agency within the tech company. And I was leading that for the Middle East when I left earlier this year.
Interesting. So you've got a very rich background and the journey that you made until you became an owner of your own business. Yeah. Could you tell me, how do you think your previous background and specifically working for an employer, probably with different types of different projects. How is it impacting, let's say, your vision of marketing for your clients now?
Yeah.
Maybe you can give me some specific examples of the client cases that you're working with when it comes to developing a digital strategy or when it comes to creating, let's say, a personal or content strategy for their leaders and for their brand.
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you asked how this whole experience in the corporate life actually affected me. I think I learned a lot and I was sort of ripe into this, but I always knew from the maybe 18 years old that I'll have my own business. And I remember at some point I was even saying, like, when I'll be 30, I'll have my business. Like, I put myself a deadline. I'm 31 now, so yeah, almost. But I think what I learned from working for other people is I was working closely with the C-level people. So I learned a lot from how to manage the teams, how to read people's mind, how to say no, how to say yes, how to make irresistible offers. So sales part of it a lot. I learned a lot in terms of sales, because sales is also everything. It's part of marketing too.
Oh, absolutely.
And then from working with Liana Technologies, the marketing technology team, which has headquarters in Scandinavia, and then having team here. So it's a global team. Lots of dynamics going between different departments. So I learned a lot of things. And part of the startup experience that I have, I learned to be agile and flexible. So to know how the sales part works, how the development works, how the partnership works, and so on. So I bring all of that experience, I hope, with me into the projects that I build now. It helps a lot because I understand that you can be very professional and very detailed in building the strategy with all the experience you have, but also with the partners, because with energy marketing, we have very strong tech partnerships in AI and marketing automation. So we build the strategies, we like to build the strategies around the omni-channel marketing. So we bring this experience. So partnerships is a lot of responsibility on the table. But we bring this with the point that implementing is pretty much the most important part, because you can build beautiful dream house. In terms of the projection, you can do the 3D design of beautiful dream house, but then how you actually build it, that's where it comes. So it's we do a lot of focus on strategy. Yes, it's important, and the planning and everything. But then implementation, that's where things can go wrong, because you have also the team from the business. You have the business owner who can say, "Oh, wait." Like 3 weeks later, "Oh, wait, I think this strategy doesn't work." No, you cannot say that after 3 weeks, So it's all about working with the people, convincing them at every step of the time. Some people don't need any convincing, so it's just like it works out smooth as well. But I think many marketing agencies also would face this obstacle where implementation is very crucial, and you literally have to be with the customer on a daily basis, even though it's something that maybe you don't really provide as a service, like you do weekly or monthly reportings on calls. But we prefer to do it on a daily basis. We talk to our customers. We see through the tasks that has to be done according to the deadlines, because this is the project management part as well. So for the strategy to be successful, because you have really beautiful strategy that can potentially give you huge results, but the execution is a huge thing. So we pride ourselves in that.
And so the project management is the solution that you're bringing on the table, meaning, so even though not all the strategy can be implemented, or for example, can you potentially twiddle the strategy on the way if that is required?
Of course.
And the other thing that I captured, you're also working a lot with different teams across different stakeholders to be able to understand their vision before you start implementing anything.
So yes, absolutely. We can always tweak the strategy on the go, and that is the beauty of being a boutique agency or a startup, because we are agile. So we bring on a table the agile aspect. We're very quick to implement things. We bring on the table also creativity. So I believe that we bring a lot of ideas that others cannot have, or we bring ideas on the fly, basically. The creative ideas are very important, and creatives are very important in marketing. So that's where we put our effort also when we build a strategy and ideas. Then, of course, implementation, the project management. So we are very responsible marketeers. So I think this is also something you can find very rarely in the Dubai market, because we have a huge quantity of the agencies and marketeers out there, but not so much of quality, unfortunately. So this comes down to the daily project management, daily conversations with every stakeholders in the company.
So if you look at the, at several aspects of campaign planning and execution with a client, let's say you've got an inquiry from a client for a certain, clients do not create campaigns, right? They've got inquiries, like they want their brand to be more visible, or they want to relaunch the visual aspect of their website, whatever. I mean, there can be different marketing inquiries associated with the digital marketing. So what would be your favorite aspect of working with a new or with the existing client? If you look at planning, strategy, creative part, execution, project managing, convincing the clients, what would be your favorite part out of it that you yourself enjoy the most?
Yeah, I think it depends on the business that approaches us. First aspect that we'll look at it is probably the creative side, because I'm always leaned towards creative. I'm also quite a creative personality. I have a personality, I think so. So creative from the point of view, first of all, if the company approaches us, first of all, I ask myself, is it challenging? Because I like the challenge, and I like that we expose ourselves as a team, and myself personally as a creative marketeer, to different types of industries, brands, or maybe it's the same kind of industry and brand we used to work with, but it's a different kind of challenge. Maybe they enter in a new market. Let's say, I don't know, Italy. Maybe we haven't done it, but we have. Anyways, let's just say that this is something new they bring on board. So why we do that is because through the challenge, we expand our capabilities, we learn, and we learn a lot. And we expand our, how they say, like neural connections build in your brain and you become better. So this is what we try to do. And then the second part probably is the decision maker that we talk to, or maybe there are multiple of people there, like marketing director, the owner, and then maybe, I don't know, somebody else is there, usually financial people involved as well. So if they are listening to us, if they're really open-minded to ideas, and then, of course, there comes also the realistic part, like, okay, we've got all these crazy ideas, and they really want to have an exposure to the moon. Okay, question is, do we have budgets? Because this is going to take X amount of budget. So if they say yes, then cool, we do it. If they say no, then let's be realistic. Let's maybe bring it down to a different level of strategy, maybe put a phase 1, phase 2 kind of execution. And also as a marketing agency, as a marketer, you always have to put out expectations. Because most of the times, like you said, clients come in with the inquiries, I want to become famous over the night, or I want to have 100 leads tomorrow, and all of them have to be qualified, which doesn't happen. And in different industries, it's different. Well, it could happen. It depends, okay, again, on many aspects. But of course, we try to be agile, and we evaluate also the situations the customer has. And we really, even if they say to us clearly, like, I want to have 100 leads from this channel tomorrow for this kind of business, they give us full brief and details. We still boil down to why. We drill down to the question why. What's it going to bring you? Why? What's next? Why do you do that? What's behind that? Because marketing is a projection, and in the end, with the result of marketing, you will get the business to the next level. But maybe this is not exactly what they want. So we really want to find out what is their goals as a business, where they come from, what exactly they want, instead of just getting a brief and here's the money, let's go. So we really do this analysis. We meet up with the people, with the businesses. We do the proposals. We make sure we're aligned on the vision for marketing and strategies, and then we start work.
Right. So you mentioned earlier in this conversation that there's a huge competition in the region that we're living in, and I totally agree with you. So I think differentiation is a major game changer for our region to be able to stand out within almost any business, but marketing specifically.
Yep.
So, do you think authenticity of the brand can be that differentiation? And how can you achieve the authenticity of the brand with a campaign, let's say, or with probably consultation or with anything else?
Yeah. I think you achieve that through talking to people. So, like I said, it's not about business being authentic. It's people who are representing the business, the face of the business, and usually business owners, be that let's take probably the most serious sector of the business, banking or financial. They might wear the suits and ties and everything, but when it comes to marketing, you want to be creative. And the banking, I'm just gonna go ahead with this and create some idea around it. So let's just say you're the bank that approaches a marketing agency. The way we would approach it is be very creative. Of course, they have the corporate guidelines and so on, but nobody wants to be serious. Nobody wants to listen to a very basic or let's just say boring radio ad about our services, cashbacks, and so on and so on. We want something creative that we haven't heard before. And the more ads, the more brands, the more companies are putting out the ads out there, the more bored we become because they're all the same, or we sort of know what they're going to say. And we are talking to the same people as us, the mothers, the fathers, the people who work from 9 to 5, the business owners, the hustlers, the people who travel, same people. So you want to make sure you stand out in their day with the message. They recognize you, they memorize you. So you have to be very creative. So I think with this kind of business, what we bring on the table as well is we will put maximum creativity out there. We'll come up with the craziest ideas, and then maybe we'll cool it down a little bit so that it sort of aligns with their branding guidelines. So that is a winner always.
It's interesting that you mentioned about the, let's say, a very formal, a very serious industry like finance and banking. So in your opinion, what would be that authentic kind of authentic advice that you would give to, let's say, a bank or a fintech client to make sure that they stand out of the other 50 banks and fintechs? So what would be your that crazy creative idea that you would want to implement?
Yeah, I think usually this kind of customers, banking, fintech, and so on, they're backed up with huge bucks. So they have money to spend, but you want to make sure it's spent in a good way. First of all, of course, we would drive crazy awareness campaigns. So maybe an idea to, I don't know, just top of my head, maybe to bring some kind of wagon giving out the iPhones or some kind of cash to attract people. Or we can do also a huge campaign launch event where we invite all the, not only influencers, of course, but like all the customers and everyone, the public, to participate in a kind of gamified experience where they can actually enter the world of the brand. And maybe, I don't know, it could be themed like a circus theme or something. That doesn't have to do anything with the brand, but it has to do with the fun association, with the fun childhood. And that's where every adult wants to sort of go back to consciously. So this is something that will boost the energy and send the message across. And authenticity comes with the, I think, accessibility. So the brand being a bank and a fintech, it doesn't have to be like you have to pay upfront money to be part of to get this product, or you have to invest to get this product. It's for everyone. Make this kind of approach. But again, it depends on the brand and what they want to achieve.
No, totally. I mean, it has to be more specific for sure in terms of the goal and also the scale of the campaign that we're looking at.
Yes.
Speaking about authenticity, I want to suggest to do something with you. If I were your marketing agency, let's say, and I were to bring out the best or the most authentic side of you as a business owner, I would tell you, bring up something that you enjoy doing.
Okay.
So let's try to do something like that. I know you like singing.
Oh no. Yes.
Why not? Why not practicing a little bit of that exercise, and let's see what side of you this is going to bring out there.
Let's see if I can sing. Yeah, yeah, I do karaoke sometimes with my friends, and this is actually coming from my childhood. I think I always wanted to be a singer originally.
There we go.
Yeah, but I went for the vocal classes. I went to the music school, played a bit of piano, but then I just dropped out because I didn't want to play piano. I wanted only to be a singer. And I think that's cool, didn't have singing classes. But I want to go back to piano, by the way. We can try something. Huge fan of Beyonce as well.
Wow.
So we can try. Shall I go now?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
I'm so.
No, don't be. It's just you and me.
Just vibe. Voting out of 45, don't get a lie. Yeah. Ooh, 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 ooh. Side. Only double line crosses dollar signs. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hold up. Wait. I hear just got paid. Make it rain. Energy. I'm a Entrepreneurship. Big wave in the room and crowd go move. Everybody look around, it's me and my crew. Big energy.
There we go. Big energy. I like it. So even the choice of the song, right? Even the choice of the song is demonstrating your energy. No,
Don't
I
show
like
that to Beyonce.
So I think, first of all, I think authenticity is something that helps you to stand out within the competition. In fact, it creates an opportunity for you not to be afraid of the competition, because people are associating you with a certain energy, with a certain niche, with a certain position, right? And second of all, I think authenticity and something that actually defines your story or defines your brand helps you to actually define your approach to clients, and that eventually creates your differentiation.
Yeah. You know, actually, it's funny how we say the word competition a lot. I know I brought up this topic as well, but this is funny because I'm actually for the competition in a way. Like I think when you have a lot of competition, a lot of people doing the same thing as you are, offering the same business, and they're looking for business. In this market in Dubai, you might think also, one point of looking at it is that, oh my gosh, it's too much competition. Like I'll try this thing for a few years and I'm going to give up because it's just too much competition. There are people selling it cheaper and obviously business is going to go for it, you know. But you can also think like there are only few survive and they're extremely expensive and they have like huge teams and so on. This is exactly what I'm talking about when it comes to the good competition. Another way of looking at it is actually probably where the psychology part comes in my brain as well, is like you look at the positive aspect of it. In a competition, you thrive. Imagine in a place where you don't have any competition. Like, how boring is that? You are here in Dubai to learn from those people, to learn from this market, to actually adapt, because adaptability is the key to success in any business. As a business person, you need to adapt to things. So I think this is something you learn from. And I am also actually meeting on Friday few of my friends in marketing who also have their own marketing agencies. They also they do different things, not only marketing but also in PR. They've been in the market for years. I'm sort of forming this as a new thing. I haven't told anyone. It's a secret. Even they don't know what's happening on Friday. But I'm gonna tell them on Friday. This is gonna be a Marketeers Avengers. I call them, I don't know why Avengers, just for fun for now, where we basically do the collision of marketeers. We will be sharing our insights to each other. We're going to learn from each other. But apart from that, we're going to be also teaching young entrepreneurs, marketeers who enter the market or already in the market, looking for jobs in marketing, help them out with that. We're going to do workshops, coaching, courses. So we're going to start from there and see how it goes. But I think you need this kind of coalition, this kind of small network of marketeers, friends to work together. So this is what I'm going to try to do on Friday. So
very sounds like a great plan. Yeah. So I want to ask you, are there any examples of successful, let's say, personal branding / digital campaigns that you would like to bring out there as an example of your work?
You mean out there, like in the market?
Now, no? Yes.
Yeah. So I currently work with a beautiful brand called Fistilia in Thailand. Yep. It's a Sicilian fruit juice, 100% fruit juice, no sugar. brought from all the way from Sicily to Thailand, and they basically package it there. So as a brand, as a product, companies are completely authentic. This is an authenticity we can talk about. They track everything from the tree growing to the giving the fruits, because they have the farms, they own the farms, to the processing and bringing it to the tables in a glass bottle, which is also sustainable, to the Thailand first market that they enter in. And that's where I help them in the brand consulting area. So they have an excellent team that they're doing a great job. And we try to build this brand awareness as well as build the sales pipelines. So this is amazing. And in terms of creativity, they have just maybe the last one I've done. We're doing the UGC, user generated content contest for the whole Thailand, where they have to run around with the juices, take pictures and post it to win cash. And I think there's beats, earplugs. But to promote this campaign, of course, we need to create something creative. So I had this idea. I saw they have a mascot, basically a huge bottle dressed up in a bottle mascot. Had the idea of film the series of videos with this mascot running around Phuket, and basically they have I highlighted 3 brand values they have. One is the sustainability, one is the healthy lifestyle because it's zero sugar and so on, and then the third one was life, like celebrating life and sport and fitness. So this is something we have highlighted in those videos, and I hope it's going to come out really nicely, and it's going to be all March and everybody can participate.
Yeah, best of luck with that campaign. It sounds really, really exciting. So can you tell me a few, let's say, public profiles, be it a brand or be it probably a big media brand, let's say, that you enjoy or you are looking at as a mentor brand or something that you would like to achieve?
Yeah, I mean, I look up at many brands, personal brands. So I guess one of those could be to be honest, the only podcast I'm listening to is called The Mindset Mentor. I think I've been the advocate for years now since I discovered them. What's his name is Rob Jr. And Rob Dial Jr., that's his name. And he's actually excellent speaker and very 20 minutes, bite-sized information. He basically fixes your brain for the day. I don't listen daily, so maybe once or twice in a month I would listen to a few episodes, and it's amazing. You get really nice insights. So this is the person I look up into in terms of fixing my mindset when I need it, but at the same time, as the way he marketed himself, the way he set up a business. I think he's been doing it for 17 years now. So the biggest lesson you learn from him is consistency. The consistency because he does it daily, day in, day out, and he is constantly evolving as a personality. He learns a lot and he teaches that. He preaches what he knows, what he does. And his marketing is amazing because every podcast, the consistency also comes from this. Every podcast he starts with the same words and he ends it with the same words. And he has a mission. I think the also few businesses that succeed, they succeed also because they have a mission from the day one. Mission not only like hit 1 million revenue and so on. The mission like help people do an impact on lives of others. And you might think that in marketing agency, like it's an agency, it's all about bringing money in, retaining revenue, decreasing the churn. It's all about the money. So like all the businesses, it's not, because with marketing you do huge impact both on the business and the business owner's life and his family, because if you help them to grow the business, everybody's happy, as well as the consumers, because marketing is also an experience you create for customers, consumers. So they also have fun going through the marketing funnel, let's just say.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And what do you consider to be your mission in the business that you're doing?
An impact. I want to make an impact on the businesses. Our tagline for Energy Marketing Agency is power up your business potential, because most of the times business owners, even if the most ambitious ones, they don't realize the potential of the business they can have when they start or when they are in the business. You just lose sight of it. But with the fresh ideas, with the new strategies, with the new, just even if you bring new people on board as a marketing team or agency, the potential depends on that, how you can push the boundaries of the business, how they market themselves. That's, I think, a lot comes from the creative side, like I was saying, for the banks to do something fun instead of just doing the same thing they've been doing for years. So it's pushing the boundaries, and you can always diversify from that. So because business doesn't have to be only about one line of services. From the marketing, if you start doing it in a creative way, you might realize like, hey, this is then an audience that I can tap into, and this could be a supplementary product or service that I can do along with what I'm doing now. And then you see like boom, like you can build a huge thing. Like Amazon started with the books. That's Jeff Bezos is another person I look up to, of course, like everybody else. But he started with the books because he did his analysis on the books. It's an easiest entry market, and we have hundreds of thousands of books just being on the shelves, and they're not moving. And it's a huge market gap that he could start shifting and so on. And then it went all the way to 10 years later. He had robots in the factory actually delivering things. And it was not only about the books. Now Amazon is everything. And it's not even the marketplace that we think about. Amazon's biggest business, of course, is the cloud space, which is everything. Like we are all on Amazon public cloud. If you have a website, most likely it's on AWS. If we also look at the next step they're doing is they already entered in our houses. I have Alexa in almost every room. So it's next thing is entering your house and learning from the household and learning what are your deepest secrets, interests. And from that, they learn what kind of message to push through their push notification and so on. Data, they collect the data. So this is great. But you see that it started from one thing and then it expanded to everything.
Yeah. True.
Yep.
So if you were to choose between a traditional marketing campaign and a digital or /content /personal branding / let's say media campaign, what would you choose?
For our
client, for a client or for yourself,
Yes.
just your marketing vision. Yes.
Almost always, I would choose to start and parallel to the company brand to develop the personal brand. If that's a CEO, if that's the business owner, because you want to have company face, you want to have a brand face, but at the same time, personal brand is something nowadays is helping a lot to choose between one product on the shelf compared to another. It depends on the again, like you mentioned, the authenticity of the personality, the tone of voice that brand will have, and that can be easily brought in with the person's brand. So I would definitely straight away, if it is possible, if it will align with the business goals, to build up a parallel or to develop the personal brand of the person behind the business. So that could be business owner or CEO, so on.
If you were to sacrifice one aspect to prioritize the other one, would you choose creativity over data-driven insights or the other way?
Damn, it cannot go together.
You have to sacrifice, yes.
Yeah, I think creativity, because yes, data is very important. Analysis are very important as well. You just don't want to do like blindfolded shooting into the market and see whatever sticks. But if I have to choose only one, that I'd say creativity, because creativity, we don't realize it as marketeers, often bases on our intuition, human intuition. Yeah. And as I mentioned that also a lot, it's not brand company as a brand marketing to the person. It's in the end, it's a person to person. So we are, as of the moment, yes, AI is not doing all our campaigns. So we are humans creating the ideas. We are humans producing the whole content. Like this piece of content was produced by you. So, we are humans behind it. So I think I would choose creativity almost always if I have to choose. But otherwise, of course, it's always good to have both.
Totally agree. Well, I will tell you, there are not two similar marketing conversations. Speaking about, this is a very unique piece of content. How many marketing conversations have I had?
Yeah.
A lot over the past 3 years.
Exactly.
And each and every conversation is unique.
Yep.
And that's what I like about actually, content creation or something like a podcast conversation, because every person brings in something that is totally authentic to the market.
Yep.
Another question, how do you bring in your visions and your aspirations, and how do you integrate these things into what in your sort of professional view the client might need. So the question is, you have your vision, you have your aspirations, you have your creativity. How do you integrate that into your client's situation?
Yeah, I think that has to do a lot with the, you need to look at the client's business through the businesswoman eyes. So I would look into their business and I would put myself into their shoes as a business owner, which is, I'm not a business owner for, it's not my business, but I would look at that point of view. So I would always look into what would bring them revenues, what would bring them more awareness, what would make their team happy in terms of execution, or how to make them also to be on board, because that's, again, it's a huge aspect of it. The whole team has to be on board, from your from your assistant to the receptionist all the way to the CEO. They have to be all on board of this strategy. And it's not only about marketing team. Then you have to, of course, make sure that the ideas, they can be crazy as they are, but they also have to match the profile of the brand, of the business, and the owner as well. What kind of people they are. That's why we also have at least 2-3 conversations with the business and the team to understand what are they up to, what is the end goal end result they want to achieve, and what are the timelines we're talking about, because it also has to be realistic.
So my next question was actually prepared in my mind. What role do you think a personal brand plays in the business?
Yeah, for my business, of course, a lot. It's a big role. For many businesses, it depends. It depends from case to case. But like I said, if it is possible, most of the times I would suggest to immediately build or to develop or build upon something already built, the personal brand for the business owner or the CEO. You want to have a strong personality attached to the brand. People trust people. And there is even a study I think I did in one of my personal brand talks. I did the talk on that, on personal brand, that 75% of consumers buy from the person that is actually promoting the brand, or they buy the product of that company because there's a specific celebrity or person that advertises it. So it's a huge factor, purchasing factor. It's a huge trust factor and credibility. So personal brand has to be there if it is at all possible. I would go ahead and suggest that for everyone to do that. For me, of course, it's a huge factor for my business. So I teach people in marketing and strategies. I learn a lot also from my fellow marketeers. At the same time, sometimes it also helps me to bring customers to the energy marketing because they need the fulfillment team and they already trust my expertise. So it sort of links together perfectly. And the vice versa. Like sometimes I also meet business owners from the agency side that could actually become my mentees in marketing.
Interesting. So if you had a choice of working with one big brand or multiple small brands, what would you choose and why?
Well, I have to choose only one.
Well, one of the it's an ultimate dilemma. Yeah. So what would you prefer to work with consistently with one big brand, or would you prefer to help multiple smaller brands?
So I think this depends on where we are now, currently, at what stage. As an agency and even my personal brand, we are still at the beginnings. So according to our capacity, I will not say multiple small brands, because it might seem small, like small factor there, but actually multiple, it means multiple strategies, multiple efforts. So because we have a capacity of few people in our team right now, and also we're just starting, I would, in this case, if I have an ultimate choice to make, I'll choose the one big brand, because it's one goal, one mission, one team to work with, one strategy we will rely on. So it's one thing. So because of the capacity at this stage. In the future, hopefully in a couple of years, we will expand to have more people, multiple teams. We will be able to take on, if we again have this kind of choice, we will be able to take on multiple small ones, because it's a lot of it's a lot of brands to work with. Yeah.
Interesting. So after this interview, what do you want your audience to do after listening to you and knowing about you as an expert and as an interesting personality and knowing a little more about your business, what do you want your audience to do right after that?
Just come around and say hi. It would be great to see people, more marketeers. Well, I'm talking about, again, UAE region, but also globally. Sometimes it could be a lonely place to be as a marketing agency or the marketeer who work for themselves as a freelance. So I just want them to come over and say hi, and maybe we can all form together a coalition, work together, and it doesn't have to be always a competition mode. We always can learn from each other. This is exactly what I do right now. I am into this MBA course. Every Saturday I learn from other marketeers. Well, those marketers have been around for 70 years. I'm talking about Philip Kotler. I'm actually studying from them an MBA online. So I always I learn from marketeers. All that I know now is because I learned from marketeers. So I think in marketing. So if you want to succeed in marketing anywhere, not only in UAE, just be around marketing people. Go for the networking events. So just after this podcast, I think I would expect people just to say hi, get to know me as well. I'd love to meet people in person, but of course, I don't know, maybe follow us on social media pages and LinkedIn and everything. And of course, businesses out there who feel like they resonated with the message that I'm sending, who are out there also looking for a marketing agency that can lead them in a creative, strategic, and let's say responsible way in terms of implementing the strategy, bring them to the next level and power up your business potential. You know where to go.
There we go. That was Kuralay from Energy Marketing. And thank you so much. I think that was a really interesting conversation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you for having me.